So you you leave your body, or your spiritual body leaves the hospital. You're still seeing the environments of Earth?
Yeah, I'm looking at Earth because I'm seeing the hospital, the room, and then almost like taking off in a rocket ship and you're sitting on the nose of the rocket. And I do remember seeing just lights, lots of little spheres of light. I could not determine the size, but thousands, and then perhaps hundreds of thousands, and then millions. And
Is it darkness? Is it light? Is it?
everything was dark except for those spheres of light and this giant, not giant, but intensely bright beam of light that protruded from me forward. As if the light was originating from me, not that the light was originating from somewhere else. I wasn't following some ray beam.
So let's talk about what you saw as you are going through this black path of light in the midst of blackness.
Right, and this large beam of light moving forward, lots of light spheres coming in the other direction. And I began to realize these are not planets, these aren't suns, these are angelic beings, and they're going where I just came from. And they were going, toward Earth as I was going away from Earth. Of course, I still didn't know where I was going, but I realized these were angelic beings.
How did you know that?
I knew it in my heart.
So there's a way of knowing that.
Yeah, I began to realize that this is the way it's done. This is how it's done, is that I would have a question and the answer would come right through my heart. Interesting, I took my mind with me, but not my brain. My brain's back on Earth, but I still have a mind.
So what are you moving toward?
I'm moving toward an incredible, I began to see a small, bright, brilliant glow that got bigger and bigger and bigger. In the center of the glow was the most intense, bright, white light, but that's earthly words, hard to put that into a better term, but my eyes were obviously completely enhanced, completely strengthened. I must have had, my eyes couldn't have been human. I couldn't see all of this. With the brightness of the light would be so bright that it would burn and destroy a human eye, and yet the light, as bright as it was, made me only want to look more into it. And I knew that the white was God. He was the source. I wasn't looking at some ray beam or some sun. I was looking at God, the source, and this light. The light is not God. The light is what emanates from God.
So you could see not just a light in the middle of this darkness, but there was a city as well?
Yeah, because I was moving toward it, and I got closer and closer to it. And as I got closer to it, I began to, this pilot talk here, and maybe God did this for me, but man, I've flown a lot. Even at that age, I'd flown around the world quite a bit as a passenger, a little bit as a pilot. Nowadays, I've flown over the biggest cities in the world. And I remember what it's like to come into Paris at night, or Moscow, or you name it. Any city that you can name, I've probably flown in there that day or night. And nothing was like, heaven city was nothing like that.
Where is this heavenly city that you're flying as your own person into? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to the city of gold, which was obviously heaven and holy. Holiness prevailed everywhere. I didn't know what that word meant before this experience. I didn't even know what holiness was, but I knew that this was holy. And this holiness prevailed here, and I knew this was where God reigned. I knew I was coming into heaven.